Hey there, I have some fantastic February 2025 new releases, but first tell me in the comments below, what is the best book you've read this year, whether it came out this year or some other year, and we will just get right to it. The first book is Racing the Clouds by Sydney Dunlap. Wow, that's all that needs to be said is just wow. Go and read this book. It has so many feels in it. So this girl is having to move and she's adjusting to life and moving and friends and different things going on. And then her grandparents, who have not been a part of her life at all, are asking her to come and see her. So she's developing this relationship with her grandparents, all while trying to deal with the awful emotional and intensity and guilt that she has dealing with because her mom is an opiate addict. And so that is just so beautifully written. I love this amazing story that Dunlap has given us that will just knock your socks off. I'm not kidding you. Wow. What Fell from the Sky by Adrianna Cueves. So this is just historical fiction at its funnest, can I say? Weirdest? Mind-blowing? Yeah, let's go for mind-blowing. So I was talking to a gal that was visiting from Texas and I was like, okay, did you know about this? That the crazy government that we have in our nation went and did this in Texas? And she was like, oh yeah, of course. And I was like, wow, how have I never heard of this? And she's like, well, it's just a part of Texas history. Okay, so government comes and just falls from the sky with their parachutes and everything and terrifies these children because the aggressor nation is coming to take over this city, and it's really terrifying. But then the kids go home and they find out that, oh yeah, we knew this was going to happen and we agreed to it. It's all for show. They're like, really? It seems pretty real. So then the American government, they're going to come in and save the day. Well, things are not saved and things are a disaster and things go even crazier because how fun is it with historical fiction if we just throw some aliens in there? So it's just a wild, wild ride. I love Adrianna Cueves. She writes in such an amazing way that it makes you laugh, it makes you sad, it makes you angry, and it's just fantastic. The Labyrinth of Souls by Leslie Vedder. This is really interesting. So there's this place between life and death, and it's a labyrinth. And souls have to pass through the labyrinth to get to death's door. But also some people they've discovered can get into the labyrinth and work some magic, but not all mortals can do this. And Ish is one of these who is able to go in, but she doesn't understand her powers and everything and the craziness happening. So she gets to go to this magical school and she really doesn't fit in at all. She's forced into being roommates with another girl who doesn't fit in, and there's some tension going on there, of course. And so they've got to go and explore this labyrinth and see if they can figure out what the craziness is going on. It's mysterious, it's fun, there's characters you love to love and characters you love to hate, and I really hope we see a sequel coming up. I'm always telling people that World War II makes the best historical fiction because there's such a clear line of good and evil. So it's so easy to write about and to read about and to, root for the good guy. I think that Adam Gidwitz may have made me eat my words with Max in the Land of Lies. So this is the sequel to Max in the House of Spies, which ended on a cliffhanger of intensity. And so it picks right back up and it continues to just be intense, one thing after the other, because of course we've got espionage and war. But the biggest thing for me was just like, wow, all these gray areas, because before it's just like, well, of course, all of Germany, they're just wrong and this is evil and bad. Yes, Hitler, evil, bad. But then the motives and the people following and doing what Hitler asked them to do and all these things, and even then the English and then the Americans, what are their motives and what are they even doing? And so opening the eyes and seeing so many gray areas, it's just powerful, such an important, amazing read. And oh, guess what? There's a little fantasy mixed in with two immortal creatures hanging out on his shoulder. Wow. Next, we have It's All or Nothing Vale by Andrea, Beatriz, Arango. This is a novel in verse that's going to have you feeling so many emotions. So this girl, she's trying to recover from this physical injury, and she is learning that it's about more than her leg healing. It's about her self-healing. Is it really all or nothing when it comes to everything for fencing? What's going on for her in family and these relationships and friendships? It is powerful and emotional, and so much of learning about self and growth and future. On Thin Ice by Jessica Kim. So I have been trying hard to read a variety because, you know, fantasy is very much my jam. I love it. And then second place is historical fiction. So I'm trying hard to read more and more variety so I can give you more books. And I was really surprised how much I really enjoyed this on Thin Ice. So we've got twins. One is a figure skater and one is a hockey player, this boy and girl. And the figure skater is so ambitious and she is intense about her ambitions and achieving them. And of course, something happens to her figure skating partner and not much time to get a new partner. She just figures it's done. But then her brother gets roped into being her partner. And this is hard, even for a hockey player who's good at skating, because hockey skating and figure skating are different. And so he's got to be really quick on the pickup. And it is just fun, and I really enjoyed how quickly I was able to read through this and really enjoy it and have fun with it, because it's even, I think so many tweens are looking for this, the crushes and the friendships and having just a little more there. When I was telling a friend about it, she was like, oh, so more young adult. And I was like, no, it's not a romance book, but it is dealing with these things that tweens are very keen on hearing about. Crushes and little interests and talking to boys and things like that. And so it's fun but light and but intense because of the competition. And this girl, like I said, she's very intense. All right, so tell me in the comments below, are there any of these books that you'd be interested in reading yourself? Maybe Middle Grade March coming up or something else. Or would you be interested in sharing it with a child in your life? And then it always really helps me to grow my channel and keep me going at these videos if you take a second to subscribe and like the video. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.